We watched Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, a 2025 film from director Gore Verbinski.
The movie follows a man from the future who travels to the past to recruit folks at a Los Angeles diner to help combat a rogue artificial intelligence.
We break down the highs, the lows, the flaws, the flavors, and everything in between in this spoiler-filled bonus episode of the Black and Snerdy podcast.
Hey, Maurice and Ode gonna take over like Zach and Cody. Black and Snerdy is the best podcast, gonna boom like Wile E. Coyote. Gonna make magic, they move like they hairy. Ain't talking about mental health, no, it's not scary. Ain't notice she coming up with the astrology. Mo got a comic and that's the best policy. Maurice the goat, talking about animation cause you know. Ode, she moving wavy like the boat. Watching some movies and she taking notes. Yeah, kick back, listen. Black and Snerdy have risen. Upload on a mission. 5 stars, never dissing. Black and Snerdy, ooh. Black and Snerdy, yeah. Black and Snerdy.
Hello and welcome to a bonus episode of the Black and Snerdy podcast, the only podcast where two sexy black nerds get together to shoot the shit. I am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie.
And together we are the aforementioned Snerds here on a bonus episode of the Black and Snerdy podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black and I'm black, y'all. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Well, happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy summer solstice.
Happy summer solstice.
Happy black people doing all the great things and being amazing.
Happy black people doing all the things and being great and black excellence year, century, millennium.
Exactly.
Because we have existed throughout time. We are black people are the original Time Lords, in my opinion.
Exactly. It's true.
And I want anybody in the comment to refute me. I guarantee you, if you try, you'll end up just deleting the entire thread and making it seem as though there were never any comments in the beginning. But I will always know. I remember.
The North remembers.
The North remembers.
All right.
If you know, you know.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay for the most part. It's weird because I'm in this weird period of there's stuff that I would like to talk about, experiences that I would like to share on the show. Unfortunately, things are very uncertain right now.
Yeah.
So,
up in the air.
Yeah, they're up in the air. So I am unable to divulge. But when I can, I will. Y'all will, you'll be the first. Well, my mom will be the first to know. And then you'll be the second or third to know. After maybe my dad.
Just keep pushing me lower and lower down the list.
Look, where do you want to lie on the priority list when I have good news?
Is that a real question?
That I'm just curious.
Number one. What do you mean?
You want to be the first person
Yes,
to
I
hear
do.
that I have good news?
Yes, I do.
You don't even want to be in the top 3?
No. There ain't no big 3. It's just big me.
Fair enough. All right. Fair enough. All right. Okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. We had a very fun event-filled weekend. We went upstate for Juneteenth, which was great. Shout out to Amity and Garrett and all their friends who showed up to hang out for the Juneteenth party.
Sure.
Then Saturday, we hung out with our friends, went to the mermaid parade. That was super fun.
Yep.
There were a lot of black mermaids. I loved it.
Yeah.
There was even a group that they might be, I don't know if they are like followers of Orisha, but they were called Obatala, which is one of the Orishas. So I'm assuming they must be, that they were in a band that was coming down the road.
What was the name of the band?
Batala. And Obatala is one of the Orisha.
Okay.
So I'm assuming, and they were wearing like the garb. So I can assume that was probably what they were doing.
Okay.
Which was dope. But I love the mermaid parade. I can't wait to go back. Next year, I'm going to be a super mermaid.
If there was a band comprised of mermaids, I would think that the obvious name would be Iron Mermaiden.
I am Mermaiden.
Yeah, Iron Mermaiden, like Iron Maiden. Yeah.
We are going to steal that. We're going to use that. We're going to get ourselves afloat next year.
Yes.
And that's going to be the name.
Sure.
And
I'm down with that.
I think that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we'll have them in rock t-shirts and everything. with shell bras and
listen, I love
cod pieces.
There was lots of shell bras yesterday.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody was wearing them.
Sure. What else did we do this weekend?
We went to a Freaknik party at Prospect Park, which was more like just a bunch of people coming to the park to hang out, which is fine. But it
wasn't.
I want to it behooves all of the event promoters. We know everybody wants to be outside, okay? It's great. Nixon 5. It's summertime. We're all excited. We're all happy. We all want to be with each other and have fun.
Sure.
But if you want to do something at the park, you have to get a permit.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Yeah.
So you have to get a permit. Here's why. When you have a large group of folks coming to the park for a occasion, the park does not just allow you to just do whatever you want. Doesn't matter who brings, or you can bring your own blankets, your own food, and all that type of stuff. Shit's gonna go awry. You're gonna have the cops out there unnecessarily because they see a bunch of Black people. They're already gonna be up in arms. They're all already gonna be assholes and bothering folks. But when you have a permit, you can tell them, hit the road, Jack, kick bricks, because we got what we need to be here. And the flyer, it said there were supposed to be vendors, food and drinks, music, etc. There were some vendors, I guess you could call it that. I mean, people were selling nutcrackers.
Yeah, I mean, but that's in every park,
everywhere in New York.
Every beach in New York has on
the subway.
Dude,
there's a dude yelling
with nutcrackers. Yeah,
nutcrackers. The liquor store is closed, but I'm always open.
Exactly.
You're gonna get that. But if you are having an event, you really need to make sure you're organizing it and planning it. I hope that next year it is able to go off without a hitch.
Yeah. And
you've learned some lessons. They put out a iOS press release that basically said that apparently the day before for Juneteenth, there might have been some sort of fight or stabbing or something that had happened. So the police were being extra diligent, but it wouldn't matter what had happened. You cannot bring, they said allegedly 20,000 people had RSVP'd.
Sure.
You cannot bring that many people to Long Meadow and expect for the police not to be all up in your shit.
Yeah, especially after the Knicks parade. They're well within their sort of group herding mode. So,
but I do feel like the police were dragging it because people had their own they couldn't set up a DJ booth. And which is whatever, fine. We don't have the permit for that. But people had their own music that they were using, and they wouldn't even let us do that. It kept trying to come over and fucking be annoying. Let us play some Pop Smoke in the middle of the park. Okay? Sure. It's summertime.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a good weekend.
Sure. The only thing that I'll just say about the Freaknik that wasn't is that if you have an event, and I make the effort to go to that event, which includes 40 minutes walking to said event. And then maybe 3/4 of the way there, I find out that the event is not happening. I'm too old in my big age, almost pushing 40, to just settle for making the best of a bad situation. You know why? Because I make the best of a bad situation every goddamn day of my life. Why would I want to do that shit in my off hours? That doesn't make any fucking sense. When my body is supposed to be at rest, why the fuck would I just leisurely make the best out of a good situation? I don't like that. That ain't for me. So if I'm coming, I'm going to be mad quiet, and I'm going to have thoughts and opinions that I will express once I am sitting indoors with AC you know, in a setting where I feel like I can actually express myself after the thing. I've learned not to complain during the thing, but I will complain about the thing after the thing, for sure. That is what will happen. During the thing, I'll just be quiet and observe. Observe and report later.
It's very possible to have plans change and just be able to be flexible with those plans and still be able to make the most of it, because that's life. That's adulting. Okay. I don't want you to agree with me. I'm just telling you. Sometimes we have to be flexible. And you not complaining is you just not verbalizing your complaints.
My natural
stop the complaining because your face is complaining.
My natural state is flexibility. Again, I don't want to. My complaint isn't about the ability to be flexible. I don't want to be flexible on my downtime when I should be like enjoying myself. And if I'm in a mode where I'm mentally preparing myself to have fun, why the fuck would I then have to go back into my natural state of adaptability and flexibility? Like,
you can still have fun.
I don't want to do that.
You can still have fun
I found the fun later once I was away from that large gathering of just some dudes in their blankets with their girls twerking.
That was fun. I thought that was great. I wanted to see more of it. It
was fine, but it's different when you come in with a headspace of I'm gonna listen to a DJ versus I'm now just listening to some dude with some speakers.
Well, they were DJing.
I could have gotten on the train to hear that. I could have stayed at home and curated a playlist.
We should have brought our speaker. I think
we should have.
Next time,
you know,
we just gotta bring our own stuff.
We'll figure it out. But we're not here to discuss the Freaknik that did not happen. We're here to talk about the pieces of media that we have ingested and report on such a thing. It is time for Watch Out Now.
Watch out now.
That's right. Watch out now. This is the bonus episodes where Odie and myself discuss a piece of media, be it movie, be it music, be it podcast, doesn't matter. And we do a breakdown of our thoughts. And then at the end, we give a rating. So this week, as we stated in the cold open, we watched the movie Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. The 2025 movie directed by Gore Verbinski and written by Matthew Robinson. So without giving a rating, what were your initial thoughts on the movie? And then we'll do a summary and go into deep.
I thought it was really cool. I liked the take on like how technology and AI are like ruining society.
Yeah.
A lot of very real moments when they were like in the school and the parents with their kids and how everyone's just like constantly scrolling on their phones, not engaging, and people are just kind of letting their lives float by. I thought that was really cool. I think there was also a lot of different themes that were being hit.
Sure.
Of course, technology, school, pew-pews.
Yes, school pew-pews.
Then what was the other thing? Yeah, I think that was the main. Those were like the two main ones I noticed. Were there other themes that I'm missing?
Sure. As far as themes, AI panic versus tech addiction.
Yes, the time loops. Grief.
Yep. Simulation, VR ambiguity.
Yeah. And satire, I think, was definitely a heavy theme for the film.
Yeah, sure.
And I thought like they did a really good job of talking about all the different themes, and it was fun. It was a fun movie. There was a cat centaur, which was really gross.
Sure.
But I thought the film was really fun, and I wish that it would have had. I don't know if this was ever had like a theatrical release.
The funny thing is, I don't know either.
But it deserved one because it was really good. I think that this.
I want to say it did.
If it did have one, it probably was very short.
Yeah.
But I know that there have been a lot of films that have only been out like in a theater for like a few weeks,
Sure.
and then they send them straight to the streaming services
Mhm.
because it was released February 13th of 2026 in the US.
Yes.
So it's not like a new movie.
Yeah.
But
It's been out. It's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Honestly, just in general, I really like this movie. You know, it kind of took like a premise that you would find in a good episode of Black Mirror. So, you know,
definitely Black Mirror.
one of the earlier season episodes of Black Mirror, and not fucking striking vipers or some shit.
I like striking vipers.
Oh no, we all know that you like striking
like
vipers.
You should have more episodes like that.
I'm sure you would love that. But I love the premise. I thought from the writing, from the directing to like the cinematography, I just thought the story was really compelling and well executed.
Yeah.
And normally while I'm watching a movie, there are things that, you know, this while we're watching, I'll be like, oh, I think this is going to happen. Like there were a few things that caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Up until they were revealed. So I was just like, I like the execution of what they did. So overall, just initial thoughts, I just thought this was a really well executed movie based on like the premise, and everything was done really well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's kind of like, because we have Black Mirror and we've had so many different like technology based sci-fi movies and TV shows. It's kind of hard for me to be like surprised or like, oh wow, that was cool how they did that, because we have so many. Like I think there you could pull a lot of the things that were in the movie. We've seen them done in other movies.
Sure.
Terminator.
Yes.
AI, the one from the early 2000s. I mean, of course, all the Black Mirror episodes. So it's like there was something that we've seen before, but they also managed to put a new spin on it, which I think. Cool.
I mean, look, I've said this before, probably on this podcast. Like there are only really like 6 stories that exist. You know, man versus man, man versus nature, man versus God, man versus himself, and 2 others that I can't think of right now. Man versus society, maybe. I think that might be
technology.
Yeah, man versus technology. Yeah. Man versus food. I don't know. But it's not about the story itself. It's the execution of that story, because stories have existed since the dawn of time, and there's a finite amount of stories that you can tell, but how you tell it, what spin you put on it, what stank you put on it, is ultimately how you either get AI slop or something that is memorable, thought-provoking, and sincere.
Yeah.
And I think this lands on that side of the thought-provoking, memorable, and the sincere.
I mean, just look at the one of the movie posters. Like, I feel like this kind of shows all the different chaos and the various things that were happening in the movie. Yeah, which was cool. And I thought also the cast was really good.
Oh yeah,
great casting.
Great cast from top to bottom. They had Sam Rockwell, Haley Lou Richardson, Michael Peña, who is I think like just an ace in anything and everything that he does. Like he should get, and he deserves to get, more work.
100%.
Yeah,
because he's been around since we were kids, and he's always like acted his ass off.
Yeah, personally, I liked his Narcos season.
You know what? I never saw Narcos. I think I only saw like one season or a few episodes.
Like any of Narcos?
Maybe I've seen some of the first.
Oh, we gotta put that on the list.
Take a shot.
Take a shot. We have to put that on the list. Zazie Beetz is in there. I can only hope that she bathed before showing up on.
There was a lot of scenes where she was running and close talking. So.
Asim Chandri, Juno Temple, Tom Taylor. Like this was just a really well-rounded cast overall.
And I think it was cool that it was like you had a mixture of people who are very well known, like obviously Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
You also had people that maybe you've never seen before, like the character Ingrid, Haley Lou Richardson. I know that she's someone she's definitely been gaining steam.
Yeah.
But she wasn't someone when I looked at her character that I was like, oh yeah, I totally know her from
something.
From something, right?
Yeah.
It was more like watching the movie like, maybe. But I think it's good to have people who are in the movies with variety of different career levels.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Because you can't just have only a lister. We need to have everyone coming in there because some of these people really deserve to be getting their spotlight.
Yeah, they need to get their shine.
And we don't always have a lot of movies that are willing to take some kind of what is the word? What's that word? A test, a jump. They don't want to give a chance.
A shot?
A shot to the folks.
You're telling me that they're not even, never mind. I was going to make a Hamilton joke, but I couldn't get there and I didn't have the energy to get there. So, let's talk about the story itself. Let's get into the story. Which by the way, we're going to be, as we mentioned, getting into the spoilers of everything. So if you haven't watched it, it's currently on Hulu. You can go and watch it there. I'm not sure where else it's showing, but it is on Hulu. But from here on out, it's going to be spoiler city, baby.
Warning.
Warning.
Yes, warning. But as we mentioned in the cold open, it starts off with a disheveled Sam Rockwell busting up into a diner in Los Angeles.
Norm's
claiming he's from the future and that a specific combination of people in the diner can prevent a forthcoming AI-caused apocalypse. He says he's tried so many different times, so many different combinations, and that this is his 117th attempt, and that he has a countdown device strapped to himself, which everybody assumes is a fucking bomb.
Well, he told him it was a bomb.
Initially, he told him it was a bomb, which is a smart thing to do.
Yeah, because otherwise they'd be like, whatever, fuck you. Get out
honestly,
of here.
if somebody busts into a restaurant where I am and says I'm from the future, I've lived in New York long enough to just be like, no weapon, and then just go about my food. You know what I mean?
Eating my
now, if I hear the word bomb, then I'm like, oh fuck. Jesus, like this was my me day.
I just wanted some pie.
That was heartbreaking. But we'll get into that. So he forced a small group of patrons to join him. As we mentioned, Susan, Scott, Janet, Mark, Maria, Bob. Initially, hold on, Bob. Sorry. Bob was a scoutmaster, right?
He was a scoutmaster.
Okay. He initially rejects Ingrid, but then he ends up recruiting her. So he has his group, right? And just insanity, just keeps going from the moment they're trying to figure out how to get the fuck out of this police swarmed diner, and then just make it to their ultimate destination. What I like though is that in between the action that's happening currently with the group trying to get out of the diner to make their way to the destination where they're trying to, figure out the AI plot, they have these vignettes where they take one or two characters who are a part of the group and you see their kind of backstory.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It makes sense as to why, when you get the backstory, each person's backstory is somehow connected to how they're going to get through to this AI, how they're going to win. So it adds something for them.
Should we do a breakdown of each one?
Of each of the vignettes?
Yeah, sure. If you want.
Yeah, we could do a quick one. So the first was Janet.
The teachers, Janet and Mark.
Yeah, Janet and Mark, they're teachers, they're married. It seems as if Janet is probably the main teacher and he maybe is a substitute because he's coming in to help because one of her the teachers went on sabbatical. And so like he's like clearly he's very nervous. He's like unsure of himself. He's very awkward, and she's basically like you just got to do this because you need the work. And throughout the course of several days that he's working in this school, he's noticing like the kids are always on their phones. They don't listen. They don't want to do anything. And it seems very much us versus them. As a teacher, I felt this very strongly.
I knew you would gravitate towards it.
I felt that very strongly because I think that it's like, now in New York, and some other states have been trying this, but they've been banning phones in schools.
I see.
So at the beginning of the day, you got to give your phone in because otherwise you have situations where kids are just swiping on their phone.
Sure.
One time last year, a girl was FaceTiming her friend who was supposed to be in school while we were in the midst of social studies. And it's like, you can't have that. And even though we know the kids need their phones for emergencies, they are too addicted to be able to keep their phone on them and not pull it out of their bag to use it, right? So the like culmination of their vignette is that he gets so drawn into one of the students' phones that he touches it. And when he touches the phone, all the kids like turn on him and they start following him. They think they're going to attack. And so he and his wife, like he runs to the school, like what is it called? The teacher's lounge. All the teachers are like, what the hell's going on? The kids are following them, etc. And then he and his wife have to run out for their lives because he has, poked the wasp's nest.
Yeah, they act like a what do they call it? A mind hive?
Hive mind.
Hive mind. Yeah, I always get hive mind and mind hive mixed up.
It's a good name for a book.
Mind hive. Mind hive. We're gonna all go and meet at Five Guys. I don't know if this is a good song, but I will commit to the bit. Watching this vignette, it reminded me how powerless teachers are when it comes to students. Like in theory, teachers should have way more power, but because of a lot of different things that have taken place on a structural, institutional level in our society, in this, country, kind of teachers have been rendered toothless. Quite frankly, you know what I mean?
You can't do anything because everything's corporal punishment.
Exactly. And no offense, but now we have a generation of kids who don't have discipline, don't have any sort of respect for hierarchy, chain of command, for their elders, for their parents.
They have no resiliency.
Yeah, they have no resilience.
They have no critical thinking
No critical thinking whatsoever. And it's making a generation of just dumb motherfuckers.
Well, I feel like we are the epidemic in education is that we are teaching the children who came from those children who were left behind.
No. You're teaching the children of the people who weren't left behind, but should have been left behind during a period where there was no child left behind. Those children should have been left behind, but they were promoted, unfortunately, and then they started having babies, and now those babies are here.
And I think
that's a whole episode of this podcast that we can even get into about the destruction of the American education system.
It's the worst. And just things of like, they're having like random school pews where they get into these little lockdown shelters and it's just like, another day, here we are.
Yeah.
And that's something that it's like, it definitely feels like that in the American school system, where every day you're going to be fighting for your life, whether it's with the students and their behavior or lack thereof, with someone possibly trying to pew up the school or otherwise attack you for not giving them the grades that they want to get. So it does feel like warfare.
The last thing I'll say about this vignette, when they were in the bunker during the school pew pew alarm thing, that kid who was berating that teacher, calling her old and you're ancient, you're old and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, no offense. One child, I'll say singular. One child, no teenager, no 12-year-old, no 5-year-old, no nobody could ever say anything to me that I'm ever going to personally feel damaged by. Yeah, okay. No offense. Now, a group of teenagers on a train clowning me, that's a different scenario that I'm not going to get into. If I'm by myself and I get clowned on by just 4 or 5 of the meanest teenagers calling me, oh, look at this goof, look at that. You know what I mean? Like,
speaking from personal experience.
All I ever do is speak from personal experience. That's a different scenario. But if it's just one teen, one child, one chillins, nah, not going down.
You can't even spell grandma. So get out of here. Leave me alone.
Exactly. So I just thought this vignette with Zazie Beetz and Michael Peña, dope as fuck. Next vignette with Susan.
Yes, Susan.
Who was played by
Juno Temple from Ted Lasso.
Yes.
I actually think her vignette might have been my favorite one. Mm-hmm. Basically, she's a mom who unfortunately suffers the tragedy of having her child unalived in a school pew pew.
Sure.
And then we get into this weird Stepford wife situation where like the government has this new technology. There's this new technology out there where you can basically clone your child who's been unalived. And if it's a school pew pew, the government will subsidize it.
Yeah, they will create a clone. And it's even cheaper if the clone comes with ads. Again, very Black Mirror coded.
That vignette definitely reminded me of the Black Mirror episode with Maya Rudolph.
Common People, I believe.
Common People or something like that.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of one of the ones from like the first or second season.
Yeah, the one where the wife loses her husband and then uses social media to get like a robot of him. I did think that it was funny when they were trying to program the personality. Mm-hmm. They were just throwing out all weird sorts of adjectives to sort of use. Mm-hmm. And I just thought like it was just funny to like try to sum up somebody's personality with 2
or 3 personality traits.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You could never do that. Like,
exactly.
I feel like even like with a child, even like a 2-year-old is going to have at least 5 personality traits.
Yeah, they range. Yeah.
So it's like to try to encapsulate your child that you've been loving and growing for 14 years of their life into like these little bullet points. It's ridiculous. It's going to be hard. It's not going to make any sense. And then she gets this like weird boy bot who is walking around talking about this fucking peach tea all the time. This apple peach tea, which was an ad. Like, you put some ads in my son, take them out, or give me a discount.
It's not even, honestly, I was thinking about this. If I was in the scenario, if I was a parent who lost their child to pew pews and I had the opportunity to clone my child, but they would have an ad play once a day, it would be upsetting to me.
Yeah.
I might be able to power through my grief, but if it's the same ad,
that'd be
like imagine if like the ad that you got was fucking JG Wentworth or some shit like that every single time, just like, oh mother, did you know that if you had a structured settlement, you can get and you need cash now, you could just call JG Wentworth.
877 cash now. But I think that vignette, the thing that was really great about it was you have all these other she meets all these other parents in a similar situation who've lost their children and have gotten them back through these clones
in like a support group,
and all of them are experiencing and going through this grief differently. There are some of them who act as if no big deal. who cares? Like, you know, our child is not nearly the same, but whatever, they're there. Then there's some who you could tell have kind of been driven insane, because there was one family that had to clone their daughter 4 times because of the school pew-pews. And they were just like, whatever, at this point, we're just having fun with it. We just made her super tall and random and have all these different traits, but like, who cares?
Weirdly enough, I know how this is going to sound. For that couple, that specific couple in that vignette who had their daughter cloned and recloned 4 times after constant school pew-pews.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at that because it was like an interracial relationship where it was this black guy and this white woman. I was just like, this seems pretty accurate. if I do say so myself.
What about it seemed accurate?
I could totally see like a married black man and a white woman going through that and just kind of realizing how ridiculous it is and just being like leaning into it.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I think it was like, I think they were driven insane by their grief.
Yeah.
And they, at that point, it was just like, well, she's probably going to get pew-pewed again. So why worry about trying to make her like she was and the daughter we knew? And instead, just be like, whatever, I want to have, like, give me a little mini Beyonce. I don't know. But if
make her really tall, make her Muslim for some reason.
Like, here we are. This is it. Like, she's going to be spouting fucking ads at me all day long. One thing, though, I was curious about with the clones is, like, so they're coming out back at whatever their age is, but are they going to learn and grow?
That was the question that I had. Like, are they growing clones or do they remain that age forever?
Because I would assume they're going to grow because they're supposed to be real people, like flesh and blood, that they're going to grow. And like, are they going to learn new things? Are we going to have, like, is their personality going to grow at all?
And most importantly, do you get a discount? Or is it like buy 2, get the 3rd one free if they all end up getting pew-pewed?
I think that if my child has been unalived 4 times, I should get a lifetime premium subscription because it might happen again. And I don't want to have to keep maxing out my credit cards to do this.
Yeah, like no parent should outlive their child 4 times.
I think it was,
which is a sentence I never thought I would say when I woke up this morning.
But I think that's the reason why they went insane.
Yeah.
Because I think that in general, like, the idea of losing one child is just horrific, right? Especially in that kind of traumatic circumstances.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But it's something that so many parents are dealing with in this country.
Yeah, sure.
And you could have, whether it could be one child, it could be you could have lost multiple children. It doesn't matter. And there's no right way to deal with that grief or to get through it. You're just kind of there.
Of course. Yes, of course. And I would say that how this movie executes the discussion of school pew-pews in relation to what's been happening in our country and what has been happening historically, and kind of like this weird sense of desensitization while also being like something that clearly affects those who are like affected personally by it. I would say that this movie executed it very well.
Yeah.
Compared to others.
Yeah, for sure. I think that, like,
if you know, you know.
I think that the part about being a film director, producer, writer, any of that, is that you want to be able to showcase, even if you're doing a satire, like, you want to showcase what's actually happening, what people are going through.
Yeah, of course.
And I think they did a good job. And I loved how all her story tied back into
the main story. Of course. Moving right on to the next vignette. It was Ingrid, who is her story was more interesting than all the other stories. Just because, one, she had this weird, what would you say, neurological disease, where she was allergy. She was allergic to like Wi-Fi and electronics. Anytime she was near cell phones or technology, her nose would bleed and like she just wouldn't feel well. She had that allergic reaction. So because of our society and just because of the nature of things. She ultimately grew up to have a job as like a party princess, which makes sense because kids, you know, at that time didn't really have phones or technology like that, shouldn't. That's right. And then along the way, she meets another dude who's also kind of like, you know, not technology based or whatever. You know, they fall in love, and then one day he gets this Oculus Rift knockoff and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna try it out, and he loses his goddamn mind in what he's calling the AI simulation. And by the end of it, he's like, honey, I love you, I care about you, I'm leaving. There's a van outside waiting for me because I'm gonna jellify my body and get inserted into this AI simulation. It's way better than reality. And it talks about how addicting that kind of feeling is when, like, if you're presented with something that is better than the real world, I could totally understand how that could fuck with somebody's perception of reality. And I could see how somebody would want to go for that shit.
Did you ever play Second Life?
No, I didn't, because we here at the Black and Snerdy podcast are nerds of all shapes and sizes, and we encompass the entire spectrum of nerddom. But I was not a Second Life guy. That wasn't me. It just wasn't me.
So in college,
he said playing Sims on his iPad.
In college, in one of my social media classes, we actually had to like create a Second Life and like create a community just to kind of understand how it works. And while like researching it, I found that there were so many people who basically were their real life like didn't matter to them. It was all about Second Life. That's where they were spending all their money.
Yeah.
They were spending all their time.
Yeah.
And I think that it's not unrealistic when we see just like when you look at social media and gaming, how people can get so sucked into it.
Absolutely.
And adding a virtual reality component to that, it's going to skyrocket, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it's one of those things where the tech PSA is how easy it is to get immersed into this fake reality, because that's all social media is.
Yeah.
You're seeing the best parts of everyone's life, their best meals, their best outfits, like all the things that look great. But you don't get the back end where they were taking that photo 10 times.
Yeah, you don't get the full context. Like even this podcast, you don't see the fact that we did that fucking cold open 5 different times. One time because the camera went out, one time because she flubbed the line and I flubbed the line, and you know,
it happens. But
happens.
But then it's real life, right? And I think that when you're living in a society where one, things are shit, right? I think it makes it so much easier to get people hooked on this fake dopamine and to get them to just sign away their life to be like, yeah, sure. Why would I want to live in a world where there's constantly, you know, bombs dropping on children and folks are starving and can't afford medical care for like a toothache, you know? So I think that it makes complete sense that the AI would have like roped him in, because that's the whole thing. It's like this AI, it's all knowing, it's everywhere, and it's constantly trying to get its grips into every single person.
Yeah.
But because we get these vignettes and we get the backstories of these folks, then what their what is it called? Their characters in the story, it just adds more depth to them.
Of course.
And what they're doing, because they're running around Los Angeles trying to get to this. They have to go to this 9-year-old boy's house who's building this AI, and they're trying to stop him. And along the way, you know, we lose some folks. R.I.P. Maria. I think she might have been the spoiler. She might have been the first to get got, I think.
Well, no, it was
the first.
Yeah, it was the Boy Scout leader who gets got
From
first.
Up.
Yeah. Oh, he did look like an older version of that boy.
So,
oh my goodness.
First Bob gets got, then Maria gets got.
I'm not playing RIP for all of them.
No. Honestly, you know what? If we had a drop, it would be that song that it was like, Never mind. I'll find it later because I'm not gonna be able to remember.
What, that was a little bit upsetting?
No, it's the one. So Shorty got dropped. Something got dropped. It was the Chicago song where the rapper named all of the people he shot and his friend shot. That literally is that's half of the drill scene in Chicago right now, and for like the last decade or so. Like, what after we get through these vignettes, they're going through the city.
Mm-hmm.
The folks from their crew dropping like flies. First Bob gets got, then Maria gets got, then Scott gets got. It's just like everywhere you go.
Yeah, let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah.
But I loved the different, like in all the different scenes, how like once they move out of the diner and they're getting through like the city, like they were really like moving. Didn't feel like they were just like behind a green screen or like that. It was very active. The dialogue was really good and it was still really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when we get to the end where they finally get to this house, they get to where the 9-year-old boy is who's creating this AI.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if I mentioned it or if it was mentioned earlier, but the whole idea of what the main mission is, they're trying to they explain that the apocalypse arises from a 9-year-old boy building a sentient AI, and to stop it, they must get to the boy and install safety protocols before his creation goes live.
Yeah. And so like then we finally get to have the man from the future. We get his backstory where basically his mother raised him off the grid to keep him away from AI and the drones, technology, et cetera, et cetera. And one day he wants to see a sunrise so badly and like know what this technology is, and he leaves their bunker like a dumb child and gets her killed. Which honestly, it tracks because kids are fucking dumb and they will always find a way to get you got.
Yeah. But they finally make it like the final three, which I believe is Susan, Ingrid, and the man, right?
Yeah.
They finally make it to the boy, to try to stop him. And it even, there's a back and forth kind of like tug of war. They knock out the boy. They try to prop him up again. They try to plug in the software in order to
toys that look like they're out of Toy Story. Trying to kill them.
Yeah. But finally, fighting through her, technology allergy, fucking badass Ingrid comes in clutch, coming in. And wouldn't you know it, before she can, finally plug that thing in, she gets sucked into the AI world where it is revealed that the man is actually Ingrid's son.
Dramatic reverb.
which was great, and it was kind of foreshadowing. When you think back from the beginning of the film, because apparently in the 117 times he's come back,
he's never selected her.
He never selected her. She always raises her hand. He won't do it. And then when he finally selects her this time, he keeps mentioning like, "Do you have a death wish? What's going on? Like, I'm not just going to allow you to die, et cetera, et cetera." And it's like, why are we so hung up on this girl?
I like the foreshadowing. I like how it was telecast. Honestly, as somebody who's seen a shit ton of stories, this one caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Like I like the execution of it. It wasn't like fully telegraphed that like you could just be like, oh, that's what it is. But they left enough clues that going back and watching it again, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
It all holds up.
And so of course she's like, whatever, AI, fuck you. We're still gonna try to take you down.
In the AI world where she's negotiating with the AI child, there's like this Faustian bargain, right? Where he's like, you know what? Fine. Even though I'm inevitable, I will. And yes, I know everything, including that he is your son. And, like he's destined to continue just doing this over and over again. I'm inevitable. Here's the thing. If you just give him to me, like I'll I'll stop, I guess. Right? Like, is that essentially what he said? Like,
Whatever.
yeah, I'll fucking fine.
Well,
like,
it's like, I'll let you. I'm just gonna, if you let me, I'm just gonna give you the best life imaginable.
yeah.
You're gonna be like living on High Street. It's gonna be amazing. And she was like, no, I choose humanity.
Yeah.
You know, he was very, you know, Thanos in his speech.
Mm-hmm.
But just like Thanos, he had to get his shit cut off too.
Yes, and much like Thanos, all of this could have been solved if Ant-Man had just shrunk down and popped into his butthole and expanded.
Is that
that was a fan theory? Ant-Man just needs to shrink down, pop into Thanos, and
This is not a fucking The Boys episode. Get out of here. But, you know, she goes through all that. She plugs it in. All the wires and everything go crazy in this like technology tornado.
Mhm.
And it seems like, we made it. The man has been stabbed. It's like he's going to go back to where he was. And he's like, he's dying. But he's like, no, like we did it. Da, da, da. But then they get out. And he's looking around. And something strange is in the air. Shit's just, things are too right.
it doesn't feel right.
You have
Michael
Janet-
Peña and Zazie Beetz
Janet
characters.
and Mark come back, and they had like sacrificed themselves to stave off the team.
Yeah, Susan's son returns.
But he's like real. He's not just a bot. And then her Ingrid's boyfriend comes back and says he was sorry about leaving her for the VR. And then you remember when that the man had said the AI will lie to you and give you everything you want.
Mhm.
It'll have you living in this world where you're having these ups and downs and challenges and all that stuff. And she realizes, oh wait, this isn't real.
Dramatic reverb.
And so right before the timer is fully finished, her son clicks the button, goes back to the future, and then
Well, back to the past.
back to the past.
Yeah.
Well, he's in the past, so he's going back to the future.
No, he's from the future. He goes back to the past.
In that moment when he clicks it,
Yeah, he
he
goes.
goes back to the past.
Yeah, that's how the loop. That's how a loop.
I thought
works.
it was that he goes back. Okay. I was
You're
thinking-
confusing the title of the Michael J. Fox film with the sort of paradoxical loop of time travel, which is that he keeps going back to a certain specific time in order to get whatever combination of people. They have different outcomes, and in order to fix and in doing that, we never really get into this. Like in theory, he's either creating different timelines or he's just creating one specific timeline and he's just going back to a specific set, but he's creating essentially an ever repeating loop.
Got it. I thought he went back to the future to go to the past. That's what I was thinking. Not like it was I wasn't thinking it was like a ping pong. I was thinking it was kind of a circle. Because maybe you would have to go.
Well,
back
I mean, it is. It is a circle in that he starts from the future.
Mm-hmm.
His future is fucked. He goes back to the past to the diner to get whatever combination of people. The outcome happens, and that causes him to go back to the diner, and then he does it again. It gets fucked up, goes back, and then that's how it works. That's the sort of loop.
Got it. I was thinking that maybe he went back to where he was initially in time, because he was talking about he's a part of this underground, like, whatever group that's trying to save humanity. So I thought he would go back to them, like, share what happened, and then they would, like, give him some new ideas, and then he'd bring it back.
This is why I never want to do a time travel story, because time travel can ultimately become very fucking confusing.
Yes, it can.
And that is the loop that happens. Yes, the loop.
Here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-lie. Here we go, loop-de-loo.
On a Saturday night.
So when he comes back, he decides instead of what he's been trying to do of like getting this group of people to go and like save the world, that he was going to instead use whatever this allergy is that Ingrid has, that he was going to take that and I guess inject it into rats.
Yeah, and create a new technological bubonic plague.
But my thing is, are these rats supposed to be biting people? Because how are they going to get this rat epidemic to happen? I don't, against technology. I'm confused by that. People aren't eating rats. This isn't fucking medieval times.
That's a good question. Because, but isn't I don't know enough about history I know that the bubonic plague was spread by rats.
It was filth, dirty water, rats and things, but that was also a time when people were living more closely with rats.
Sure.
Yes, we have rats outside of our
we have rats in New York.
We have them everywhere, but you're not, hopefully, sleeping next to them outside in a barn. Whereas in the medieval times, you could have been in much closer quarters with rats. So
we never thought that we would have a panda, but we did.
No, we did.
Yeah, because somebody
make a movie.
Fucked a rat, but whatever.
Good luck, have fun, don't die too, so that we can see what he does with these rats.
Yes.
But that was it.
That was it. Where would you rate this on a scale of, I keep forgetting what?
1 to 5.
1 to 5 Snerds, 1 being not a good movie, 5 being perfect movie.
I'm gonna give it 4 Snerds.
Really?
Because I had some questions. The 9-year-old boy, it turns out that he is a clone.
Yes.
Who is he cloned from? Why was he cloned? Who is behind all this? Is it a government thing? I don't know. That I have questions about.
Well, I thought they explained in the movie that the AI
created the boy.
Well, the AI orchestrated for the boy to be there, to be cloned.
But who? Oh, maybe I missed that part.
Yeah,
I might have missed that, and because I was just curious of who he was cloned from, and he had just, how did the AI get so powerful to have him in this house? Because the AI in the movie.
I think they did explain this in the movie that essentially the AI set in motion its own creation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I missed that. All right. The other one was the rats. Because I didn't understand.
You didn't understand how the rats are
how they're gonna do this. This is a lot of questions because you're gonna have to get her blood into those rats and then spread. It's too many things. But outside of that, I thought it was really fun. The writing was great. The cinematography was great. The acting, all of that, A+. So I will still give it a 4 out of 5. So it's an A.
Okay.
What about you?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with also a 4.
Okay.
I was gonna go with 4.5 out of 5. I need to sit with it a little bit longer. Remember maybe a month or 2 ago, I watched that movie Coherent.
Yes.
And it caused me to go back and watch it over and over again.
Make everybody else watch it.
Yes. Well, it was my birthday, and it was my birthday wish. And thank y'all for ruining that too. But
we did watch it.
Not completely, but it's okay. I want to watch it again to see if A, it holds up on a second viewing, B, if there's things that I missed, C, if the time storyline holds up. But for now, I really enjoyed it. It sticks with me. I'm giving it a strong 4 Snerds out of 5.
Good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
I think that everyone should go watch it.
Yes.
Let us know your thoughts.
Highly recommend. It's on Hulu, like I said. And
I'm just curious of what people think of it and what kind of interesting stories people might catch that we might have missed.
Sure. If you want to have a discussion about it, put it in the comments after watching it. You see this video, put it in the comments, put your thoughts, put your theories. If you have any, different interpretations of any of the characters and the dynamics and the character arcs. If you disagree that this is a bad movie altogether, let us know in the comments. But if that's everything, I think that's everything. Thank y'all for watching this bonus episode of the Black and Snerdy podcast. Until then, we will be back in a couple of days with the episode proper. Take it, and we have a special guest. We're doing more special guests. That shit's gonna be dope as fuck. Until next time, I am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Ode.
Take it easy, keep it sleazy. Bye.
Thanks for listening, Sterns.
Keep the show growing. Listen, comment, and download on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or watch full episodes on YouTube.
Follow the show at Black and Snerdy.
Follow me at Licorish is Legit.
Find me at that'sod_e on Twitter and at that'sod.e on Instagram.
This is the Black and Snerdy podcast,
where nerds of a feather flock together.